I'm Lucy Randall Tapley. I'm one of the directors of this wonderful show, along with Stephanie Winchek, Ethan Fifield, and Hannah Street. And we are all so grateful that we've been able to do this at all. I know so many schools are not doing theater at all right now. So grateful to our administration for creating the conditions for us to do this and be safe, and so grateful to our families for helping that happen. I know there are a lot more people who wish they could be here tonight. We are recording this production, and the video will be available probably mid-December. If you didn't sign up on the list in the lobby to be notified when the video is ready, please do so. We cast this show scene by scene. So we looked at who is the best Ophelia for this scene, who is the best Laertes for this scene, rather than for the whole show. So you will see actors changing characters from scene to scene to scene. So we have used our costuming very carefully to indicate continuity of character throughout the whole show. And I hope you enjoy seeing the different takes on the same character that all of our different actors bring. We have trimmed down the script significantly because Hamlet is a very long play. And we wanted to make it manageable for our students, especially given the constraints of the time schedule under the COVID restrictions. So some of your favorite scenes or monologues may be missing. The show runs about an hour and 10 minutes. There will be no intermission tonight. And that's all I've got on my note card. So without further ado, please enjoy Newfound Regional High School's production of Hamlet.
Chirpingly on the tongue.
But if you mouth it, as many of our players do, I had as lief the town crier spoke my lines.
Nor do not saw the air too much with your hand. Thus, but use all gently. For in the very torrent, tempest, and as I may say, whirlwind of your passion, you must acquire and beget a temperance that may give it smoothness.
Oh, it offends me to the soul to hear a robustious, periwigged, painted fellow tear a passion to tatters, to very rags, to split the ear of a groundling. Pray you, avoid it.
Be not too tame neither, but let your own discretion be your tutor.
Suit the action to the word to the action.
With this special observance that you overstep not the modesty of nature, for anything so overdone is from the purpose of play, whose end, both at the first and now, was and is.
To hold as for a mirror up to nature.
But now, my cousin Hamlet and my son.
A little more than kin and less than kind.
How is it that the clouds still hang on you?
Not so, my lord, for I am too much in the sun.
Good Hamlet, cast off thy nature, and let thine eye look like a friend upon Denmark. Do not forever with thy veiled lids seek for thy noble father in the dust. Thou know'st 'tis common. All that lives must die, passing through nature to eternity.
Why, madam, it is common.
If it be, why seems it so particular with thee?
Seems, madam, nay is, I know not seems. 'Tis not alone my inky cloak, good mother, nor customary suits of solemn black, nor windy suspiration of forced breath, nor the fruitful river in the eye, nor dejected haver of the visage, together with all forms, moods, and shapes agreed that can denote meaning truly. These indeed seem, for they are actions that a man might play, but I have within, which passes show, these but the trappings and suits of woe.
'Tis sweet and commendable in your nature, Hamlet, to give these morning duties to your father, but to persevere in obstinate condolement as a corpse of impious stubbornness, 'tis a manly grief. We pray you, throw to earth this unprevailing woe, and think of us as of a father.
Let not thy mother lose her prayers, Hamlet. I pray thee, stay with us. Go not to Wittenberg.
I shall in all my best obey you, madam.
Why, 'tis a fair and loving reply. Be as ourself in Denmark. Madam, come. This gentle and unforced accord of Hamlet sits smiling to my heart. Come away.
Oh, that this too sullied flesh would melt, thaw, and resolve itself into a dew, or that the everlasting had not fixed his canning against self-slaughter. Oh God, God, how weary, still flat and unprofitable seem to me all the uses of this world. Fie on't fie that it should come to this but 2 months dead, nay, not so much, not 2. So excellent a king, so loving to my mother, yet within a month, let me not think on frailty, thy name is woman. And within a month, she married. It is not, nor cannot, come to good, but break my heart, for I must hold my tongue.
Farewell. And sister, as the winds give benefit and convey as assistance, do not sleep, but let me hear from you.
Do you doubt that?
For Hamlet and the trifling of his favor hold it a fashion and a toy in blood, a violet in the youth of pretty nature, forward, not permanent, sweet, not lasting, the perfume and supplements of a minute, no more.
No more but so?
Think it, no more. Perhaps he loves you now, but you must fear. His greatness weighed, his will is not his own, for he himself is subject to his birth. Then, weigh what loss your honor may sustain, if with too credent ear you list his songs. Fear it, Ophelia, fear it, my dear sister.
I shall the effect of this good lesson keep as watchman to my heart. But good my brother, do not, as some ungracious pastors do, show me the steep and thorny way to heaven, whiles like a puffed and reckless libertine, himself the primrose path of dalliance treads.
Oh, fear me not.
Ah, yet here, Laertes, aboard, aboard, for shame. The wind sits in the shoulder of your sail, and you are stayed for. There, my blessing on thee.
These few precepts in thy memory look thou character. Give thy thoughts no tongue, nor any unproportioned thought his act. Be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. Those friends thou hast, and their adoption tried, grapple them unto thy soul with hoops of steel. But do not dull thy palm with entertainment of each new hatched, unfledged courage. Beware of entrance to a quarrel, but, being in, bear it that the opposite may beware of thee. Give each man thy ear, but few thy voice. Take each man's censure, but reserve thy judgment. Costly thy habits as thy purse can buy, but not expressed in fancy, rich, not gaudy, for the apparel oft proclaims the man. Neither a borrower nor a lender be, for loan off loses both itself and friend, and borrowing dulls the edge of husbandry. This, above all, to thine own self be true, and must follow, as the night the day. Thou canst not then be false to any man. Farewell, my blessing season this in thee.
What is't, Ophelia? Laertes has said to you.
So please you, something touching the Lord Hamlet.
Mary, well bethought. 'Tis told me he hath very often of late given private time to you, and you yourself of your audience have been most free and bounteous. If it be so, I must tell you, you do not understand yourself so clearly. As it behooves my daughter and your honor, what is between you? Give me up the truth.
He hath, my lord, of late made many tenders of his affection to me.
Affection? Ha! You speak like a green girl, unsifted in such perilous circumstances. Do you believe these tenders, as you call them?
I do not know, my lord, what I should think.
Mary, I will teach you. Think yourself a baby that hath taken these tenders for true pay, which are not sterling. Tender yourself more dearly, or you'll tender me a fool.
My lord, he hath importuned me with honorable fashion,
Aye, fashion you may call it. Go to, go to.
and hath given countenance to a speech, my lord, with almost all the holy vows of heaven.
Aye, springs to catch woodcocks. I do know that when the blood burns, how prodigal the soul lends the tongue vows, and these blazes, daughter, giving more light than heat, extinct both. Even in their promise, as it is a making, you must not take the fire. For Lord Hamlet, believe so much of him that he is young, and with a larger tether make you walk than may be given you. From this point, be something scanter of your maiden presence. Look to it, hum your ways.
I shall obey, my lord.
White walls always weep when I try to fall asleep. In the city by the sea, walk the memories, just me and the lavender man.
Whither wilt thou lead me? Speak, I'll go no further.
Mark me.
I will.
My hour is almost come, when I to sulphurous and tormenting flames must render up myself. Alas, poor ghost, pity me not, but lend thy serious hearing to what I shall unfold.
Speak, I am bound to hear.
So art thou to revenge when thou shalt hear.
What?
I am thy father's spirit, doomed for certain term to walk the night, and for day confined to fast and fires, until the foul crimes done in my days of nature are burnt and purged away. Hamlet, oh, if thou didst thy dear father ever love,
Oh God!
revenge his foul and most unnatural murder.
Murder?
Murder most foul, as in the best it is, but this most foul, strange, and unnatural.
Haste me to note that I, with wings as swift as meditation or the thoughts of love, shall sweep to my revenge.
Now, Hamlet, here. 'Tis given out that while sleeping in my orchard, a serpent stung me. But know, thou noble youth, the serpent that did sting thy father's life now wears his crown.
Oh, my prophetic soul, my uncle!
Aye, that incestuous and adulterate beast! Oh, Hamlet, what a falling off was there! Oh, horrible, horrible, most horrible! By a brother's hands, of life, of crown, of queen, all at once dispatched and cut off. Even the blossoms of my sin, no reckoning made, but sent to my account with all my imperfections on my head. If thou hast nature in thee, bear it not. But however thou pursuest this act, let it not taint thy mind, nor let thy soul contrive against thy mother aught. Leave her to heaven, and to those thorns in her bosom lodged, prick and sting her. Fare thee well at once. Adieu, adieu, remember me! My liege and madam, since brevity is the soul of wit, I will be brief. Your noble son is mad. Mad, call I it, for to define true madness, what is to be nothing else but mad. But let that go. That he's mad, 'tis true, in pity 'tis true. And now remains that we find the cause of this effect, or rather say, the cause of this defect. I have a daughter, she is mine, who in her duty and obedience, mark, hath given me this. Now gather and surmise.
To the celestial and my soul's idol, the most beautified Ophelia.
That's an ill phrase, a vile phrase. Beautified is a vile phrase. But you shall hear. Thus,
Doubt that the stars are fire, doubt that the sun doth move, doubt truth to be a liar, but never doubt I love. Oh dear Ophelia, I am ill at these numbers, have not art to reckon my groans, but that I love thee best, oh most best, believe it. Adieu, thine evermore, most dear lady, whilst this machine is to him, Hamlet.
this in obedience hath my daughter shown me.
But how hath she received his love?
What do you think of me?
As of a man faithful and honorable.
I would fain prove so. To my young mistress, I thus did to speak. Lord Hamlet is a prince, out of thy star. This must not be. And then I prescript gave her that she should lock herself from his resort, admit no messengers, receive no tokens, and, taking the fruits of my advice, he repelled, a short tale to make, fell into a sadness, thence to a fast, thence to a weakness, thence to a lightness, and by this declension into the madness, and where now he raves, and we all mourn for him.
Do you think 'tis this?
It may be, very like.
Hath there ever been a time where I have positively said 'tis so, and it proved otherwise?
Not that I know of.
If circumstances lead me, I will find where the truth is hid.
How may we try it further?
I will loose my daughter to him. You and I find an Aristen, mark the encounter. If he love her not, and be not from this reason him falling thereon, let me be no assistant of state, but keep a farm and carters.
We will try it.
Ah! How does my good Lord Hamlet?
Well, God a mercy.
Do you know me, my lord?
Excellent, well, you are a fishmonger.
Not I, my lord.
Then I would you were so honest a man.
Honest, my lord.
I, my lord, to be honest as this world goes, is to be one man, picked out of 10,000.
That's very true, my lord.
For if the sun breeds maggots in a dead dog, it being a good kissing carrion. Have you a daughter?
I have, my lord.
Let her not walk in the sun. Conception is a blessing, but as she may conceive, friend, look to it.
How say you by that? Still harping on my daughter, yet he knew me not at first. Said I was a fishmonger. He is far gone. And truly, in my youth, I suffered much extremity for love. Very near this. I'll speak to him again. What do you read, my lord?
Words. Words. Words.
What is the matter, my lord?
Between who?
I mean, the matter that you read, my lord?
Slander, sir. For the satirical rogue says here that old men have gray beards, that their faces are wrinkled, their eyes purging thick amber and plum tree gum, that they have a most plentiful lack of wit, together with most weak hams. All which I most powerfully and potently believe, yet I hold it not honestly to thus have it set down. For yourself, sir, shall grow as old as I am, if, like a crab, you could walk backwards.
Though this be madness, yet there's method in it. Will you not walk out of the air, my lord?
Into my grave.
Indeed, that is out of the air. How pregnant sometimes his replies are. A happiness which often madness hits on, and reason and sanity not so prosperously be delivered of. I will leave him and suddenly contrive the means of meeting between him and my daughter. My lord, I will take leave from you.
You, sir, cannot take from me anything I will more willingly part with all except my life. Except my life. Except my life.
Fare you well, my lord.
These tedious old fools.
To be,
Or not to be.
That is the question.
whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune,
Or to take arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing end them.
To die, to sleep no more.
And by sleep to say we end the heartache and 1,000 natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished.
to die, to sleep.
To sleep.
Perchance to dream.
There's the rub, for in that sleep of death what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause.
There's the respect that makes calamity of so long of life.
For who would bear the whips and scorns of time?
The oppressor's
oppressor's
wrong,
wrong.
the proud man's contumely, the
The lo-
pains that deprived love,
The law's delay.
The insolence of office.
And the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes.
When he himself might his quietest make with a bare bodkin. For who would fardels bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life?
But that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose born no traveler returns, puzzles the will.
And makes us rather bear those ills that we have than fly to others that we know not of.
Thus, conscience does make cowards of us all, and the native hue of resolution is sicklied o'er with a pale cast of thought.
And enterprises of great pitch and moment, with disregard, their currents turn awry.
And lose the name of action.
Soft you now, the fair Ophelia.
Good, my lord. How does your honor for this many a day?
I humbly thank you well.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I've longed long to redeliver. I pray you now receive them.
No, not I. I gave you aught.
My honored lord, you know right well you did. And with them words of so sweet breath composed, as made the things more rich. their perfume lost. Take these again, for 'tis a noble mind, rich gifts wax poor, and givers prove unkind. There, my lord.
Are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord, you made me believe so.
You should not have believed me. I love you not.
I was the more deceived.
Go thy ways to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent honest, but I could accuse me of such things that it were better my mother had not borne me. I am proud, ambitious, revengeful, with more offenses at my beck than thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape, and time to act them in. What should such a fellow as I do, crawling between earth and heaven? We are errant knaves all, believe none of us. Go to a nunnery. Farewell.
Heavenly powers restored him.
I have heard of your paintings too, Helena. God hath given you one face and you make yourself another. Go to, I'll no more aunt. It hath made me mad. I say we will have no more marriages. Those that are married already, all but one shall live. The rest shall remain. To a nunnery. Go.
Oh, what a noble mind is here overthrown. The courtiers, soldiers, scholars, eye, tongue, sword. The expectancy and rose of the fair state. The glass of fashion and the mold of form. The observed of all observers quite down. And I, of ladies most deject and wretched, that sucked the honey of his musicked vows. Oh, see that noble and most sovereign reason, like sweet bells jangled, out of time and harsh. The unmatched form and stature of blown youth blasted with ecstasy. Oh, woe is me, to have seen what I have seen, to see what I see.
He will come straight. Look you, lay home to him. Tell him that his pranks have been too broad to bear, and that your grace hath stood and screened between much heat. Now silence me even here. Pray you, be round with him.
Mother! 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 I'll warn you. Fear me not. Withdraw. I hear him coming.
Now, mother, what is the matter?
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended.
Mother, you have my father much offended.
Come, you answer with an idle tongue.
Go, you question with a wicked tongue.
Why? How now, Hamlet? What's the matter now? Have you forgot me?
No, by the rood, not so. You are the queen, your husband's brother's wife, and, but it were not so, you are my mother.
Nay, then I'll set those to you that can speak.
Come, sit you down. You shall not budge. You go not till I set you up a glass, where you may see the inmost part of you.
What wilt thou do? Thou wilt not murder me. Help! Help!
What? Oh, help!
How now? A rat, dead for a ducat, dead.
I'm slain.
Oh me, what hast thou done?
Nay, I know not. Is it the king?
What a rash and bloody deed is this?
A bloody deed, almost as bad, good mother, as kill a king and marry with his brother.
As kill a king?
Aye, lady, it was my word. Thou wretched, rash, intruding fool, farewell. Leave wringing of your hands, peace, sit you down, and let me wring your heart, for so I shall, if it be made of penetrable stuff.
What have I done that thou darest wag thy tongue and noise so rude against me?
Such an act that blurs the grace and blush of modesty, calls virtue hypocrite, makes marriage vows as false as dicer's oath. Ha! Have you eyes? You cannot call it love, for at your age, the heyday in the blood is tame. What devil 'twas it that thus hath caused you at good man blind?
Hamlet,
Oh shame, where is thy blood?
Speak no more. These words like daggers entered my ears. No more, sweet Hamlet.
A murderer and a villain, a cutpurse of the empire and the rule, that from a shelf a precious diadem stole and put in his pocket.
No more.
A king of shreds and patches. What would your gracious figure.
Alas, he's mad.
Do you not come your tardy son to chide, that last in time and passion? Let's go by the important acting of your dreaded command? Oh, say,
Do not forget, this visitation is to what thy most blunted purpose. But look, on amazement thy mother sits. Speak to her, Hamlet.
how is it with you, lady?
Alas, how is it with you, that you do bend your eye on vacancy, and with the incorporeal air do hold discourse? Gentle son, upon the heat and flame of thy distemper, sprinkle cool patience. Whereon do you look?
On him! On him! Do not look upon me. Yes, with this hideous action you convert my stern effects. Then what I have to do? But want true color? Tears perchance for blood?
To whom do you speak this?
Do you see nothing there?
Nothing at all yet. All that is I see.
Nor do you nothing here?
No, nothing but ourselves.
Why, look you there. Look how it steals away. My father and his habits as he lived. Look where he goes even now out at the portal.
Hamlet, this is the very coinage of your brain.
It is not madness that I have uttered. Mother, for love of grace, repent what is past, avoid what is to come. Yea, curb and move for leave to do him good.
Hamlet, thou hast cleft my heart in twain.
Oh, throw away the worser part of it, and live the pure with the other half. Good night, but do not go to my uncle's bed. Refrain tonight, for this same Lord I will bestow and will answer well. The death I gave him. So again, good night. I must be cruel only to be kind. This bad begins, and the worser remains behind. Mother, good night indeed.
Where is Polonius?
At supper.
At supper where?
Not where he eats, but where he is eaten. A certain convocation of politic worms are eaten at him. We fed all creatures to fed us, and we fed ourselves for maggots. That's the end.
Alas, alas.
A man may fish with the worm that have fed of a king, and may eat the fish that have fed of that worm.
What does thou mean by this?
Nothing, but to show you how a king may go a process through the guts of a beggar.
Where is Polonius?
In heaven, sent thither to see. If you messenger find him not there, seek him in the other place yourself. But if indeed you find him not within this month, you shall nose him as you go up the stairs into the lobby.
Go seek him there.
Ha! He will stay till you come.
Hamlet, for this deed which thou hast done, we must send thee with fiery quickness. Now prepare thyself. The bark is ready, and bent for England.
For England?
I, Hamlet.
Good. Come. For England. Farewell, dear mother.
Thy loving father, Hamlet.
My mother. Father and mother is man and wife. Man and wife is one flesh. And so, my mother, come for England.
Where is the beauteous majesty of Denmark?
Why, how now, Ophelia?
How should I a true love know from another one? By his cockle hat and staff, and his sandals shown.
Alas, sweet lady, what is it that imports this song?
Say you? Nay, pray you, Mark. He is dead and gone, lady. He is dead and gone. At his head a grass-green turf, and his heels a stone.
Nay, but Ophelia.
Pray you, Mark. White as shroud is the mountain snow,
Alas, look here, my lord.
larded with all sweet flowers, which belifted the ground not go with true love showers.
How do you, pretty lady?
Well, God tilt you. They did say the owl was a baker's daughter. Lord, We know what we are, but know not what we may be. God be at your table.
Conceit upon her father.
Pray, let's have no word of this. But when they ask you what it means, say you this. Tomorrow is St. Valentine's Day. All is the morning but time. And I am made at your window to be your Valentine.
Pretty Ophelia, how long has she been thus?
I hope all will be well. We must be patient. But I cannot choose but weep to think that they lay him in the cold ground. My brother shall know of it, and so I thank you for your good counsel. Come, my coach. Good night. Good night, sweet ladies. Good night. Good night.
Oh, this is the poison of deep grief. It springs all from her father's death. But now behold, oh, Gertrude, Gertrude. When sorrows come, they come not single spies, but battalions. First, her father slain. Next, your son gone, and he most violent author of his own just remove. Poor Ophelia, divided from herself and her fair judgment. Last, and as containing as all these, her brothers in secret come from France, feeds on his wonders, keeps himself in clouds, and wants not buzzards to infect his ears with pestilent speeches of his father's death. Oh, my dear Gertrude, this, like to a murdering piece in many places, gives me superfluous death.
My dear friend, Horatio, here we were 2 days old at sea. A pirate of very warlike appointment gave us chase. Finding ourselves too slow of sail, we put on a compelled valor. And in the grapple, I boarded them. On the instant, they got clear of our ship, so I alone became their prisoner. They have dealt with me like thieves of mercy. I am to do a good turn for them. Let the king have the letters I have sent, and repair thou to me with as much speed as thou wouldest fly death. I have words to speak thine ear. Farewell. He that thou knowest thine, Hamlet. Hamlet returns to Denmark. I will to him straight.
O thou vile king, give me my father!
Calmly, good Laertes.
That drop of blood that's calm proclaims me bastard!
What is wrong, Laertes? What has thy rebellion looked so giant-like?
Where is my father?
He is dead.
But not by him.
Go on, let him demand his fill.
How came he dead? I'll not be juggled with. To hell, allegiance! Vows to the blackest devil, conscience and grace to the profoundest pit. I dare damnation. Let come what comes. Only I'll be most thoroughly revenged for my father. How now? What noise is that? Oh, dear maid, kind sister, sweet Ophelia.
They bore him barefaced on the bier. Hey, nonny, nonny, hey, nonny. And in his grave rained many a tear. Fare you well, my dove.
Hadst thou thy wits, and didst persuade revenge, it could not move thus.
There's rosemary. That's for remembrance. Pray you love. Remember. And there's pansies. That is for gods. There's fennel for you. Columbine. There's root for you. And here's some for me. We may call it herb of grace on Sunday. You must wear your root. there's a daisy. I would give you some violets, but they withered all when my father died. They say he made a good end. For bonny sweet Robin is all my joy.
Thought and afflictions, passion, hell itself, she turns to favor and to prettiness.
And will he not come again? And will he not come again? No, no, he is dead. Go to thy deathbed. He never will come again. His beard was as white as snow. All flaxen was his poll. He is gone. He is gone. And we cast away Mo. God have mercy on his soul. And of all Christian souls, I pray God. God be with you.
Do you see this, O God?
Laertes, if you allow me to commune with your grief or deny me right, lend your patience to us.
Let this be so. His means of death, his obscure funeral, no trophy, sword, nor hatchment o'er his bones, no noble right, nor formal ostentation, cry to be heard as 'twere from heaven to earth, that I must call it in question.
So you shall, and let the great axe fall. Come with us, Laertes. High and mighty, I am set naked upon your kingdom. Tomorrow I shall beg leave to see your kingly eyes, when I shall, first asking your pardon, to recount the occasion of my sudden and more strange return. Hamlet, what does thou mean by this?
I'm lost in it, my lord. But let him come. It warms the very sickness in my heart, that I shall live and tell him to his teeth, thus didst thou.
But will you be ruled by me, Laertes?
I'm a lord, so you will not o'errule me to a peace.
Laertes, was your father kind to you, or are you the painting of his sorrow? A face without a heart.
Why ask you this?
Laertes, what would you do to indeed call thy father's son more than in words?
To cut his throat in the church.
Now, lay in your chambers, and he shall read, and he shall know that you are come home. People shall reminisce about you, and wager on your heads.
I'll anoint my sword. I'll touch my point with this contagion, that, if I gall him slightly, it may be death.
I will have prepared him a chalice of poison, to whereon but sipping he will not choose but to fall. Come now, what is this noise?
One woe doth tread upon another's heel, so fast they follow. Your sister has drowned, Laertes.
Drowned? Where?
There is a willow that grows asketh the brook, that shows his hoar leaves in the glassy stream. Therewith fantastic garlands did she make of crowflowers, nettles, daisies, and long purples. When down her weedy trophies and herself fell in the weeping brook, her cloak spread wide and mermaid-like, and for a while they bore her up, which time she chanted snatches of old songs as one incapable of her own distress. But long it could not be, till that her garments, heavy with their drink, pulled that poor wrench from her melodious lay to muddy death.
Alas, then she is drowned.
Drowned, drowned.
Too much water hast thou, poor Ophelia, and thus I forbid my tears. Adieu, my lord. I had a speech of fire that fain would blaze, but that this folly drowns it.
Come, Gertrude. It has taken me so long to calm his rage. I fear it is sparked up again. Let us follow.
In youth when I did love, me thought it was very sweet. To contract all the time for my beho. Oh, me thought there was nothing of me.
Hath this fellow no feeling of his business? He sings in grave making.
A custom hath made it in him a property of easiness.
Even so, the hand of littler employment hath the daintier sense.
But age with his sailing steps hath pawed me in this clutch, and has shipped me to the land as if I'd never been such.
That skull has a tongue and it could sing once. Who's to say that that might not be the head of a pated fellow politician, which this ass now o'erreaches? One that might circumvent God, might he not?
It might, my lord.
Or of a courtier who would say, "How doth thou, my lord? Good morrow, my lord."
Aye, my lord.
And now, my lady Worms.
A pickaxe and a spade, four and a shrouding sheet. Oh, a pit, a quay for to be made for such a guest as me.
There's another. Why may that not be the head of a lawyer? Why does he suffer this mad knave to knock him about the sconce with a dirty shovel and not tell him of his action of battery? I will speak to this fellow. Whose grave is this, sir?
Mine, sir. Oh, a pit, a quay for to be made for such a guest as me.
I think it be thine indeed, since thou liest in it.
I cannot lie in it, and yet it is mine.
Well, to be in it and say it is thine, 'tis for the dead, not for the quick, therefore thou liest.
'Tis a quick lie, sir. 'Twill away again from me to you.
What man dost thou dig it for?
For no man, sir.
What woman then?
For none neither.
Then who dost thou dig it for?
One that was a woman, sir, but rest her soul, she's dead.
How absolute this knave is. How long have you been grave maker?
Of all the days in the year, I came to it that our last King Hamlet overcame Fort Embross.
How long is that since?
Cannot you tell that? Every fool can tell that. It was that very day that young Hamlet was born. He that is mad and sent into England.
I married. Why was he sent into England?
Why? Because he was mad. He shall recover his wits there. Or, if he do not, 'tis no greater matter there.
Why?
'Twill not be seen in him there. There, the men are as mad as he.
How came he mad? Upon what ground?
Why? Here in Denmark.
How long will a body lie in the earth ere it rot?
Faith, if it be not rotten before it die, as we have many hockey courses nowadays that will scarce hold the laying in. He will last you some 8 or 9 year. A tanner will last you 9 year. Here's a skull now that hath lain you in the earth 23 years.
Whose was it?
A whore's son, mad fellows it was. Whose do you think it was?
Nay, I know not.
Pestilence on him for a mad rogue. He poured a flagon of Rhenish on my head once. This same skull, sir, was, sir, York's skull, the king's jester.
This?
E'en that.
Let me see. Alas, poor Yorick, I knew him, Horatio. He was a man of infinite jest, of most excellent fancy. He hath bore me on his back 1,000 times, and now how abhorred in my memory it lies. My gorge rises at it. Where be your jibes now, your gambols, your songs, your flashes of merriment that were wont to set a table on a roar? Prithee, Horatio, tell me one thing.
What is it, my lord?
Dost thou think Alexander looked at this fashion in the grave?
And so...
And smelt so? Ha!
Even so, my lord.
To what base uses he doth return? Who's to say that we might not find the noble Gust of Alexander stuffing a bunghole?
Too curious to consider so.
No faith, not a jot, but to follow it thusly with modesty and likelihood to lead it, as thus. Alexander died, Alexander was buried, Alexander returneth to dust. That dust is of earth, and of earth we make loam. Who's to say of that loam that he was too converted that we might not find it stopping a beer barrel? But soft a while. Here comes the king, the queen, the courtiers. Who doth they follow with such maimed rites? This course they does follow doth betoken that it did fordo its own life with its own hand. Couch me a while and mark.
Lay her in the earth, and from her fair and unpolluted flesh may violets spring. A ministering angel shall my sister be.
The fair Ophelia?
Sweets to the sweet farewell. I hope thou shalt have been my Hamlet's wife.
Oh, treble woe, fall 10 times treble on that cursed head, whose wicked deed thy most ingenious sense deprived thee of. Hold out the earth a while, till I have caught her once more in my arms.
Why, I will fight with him upon this theme until my eyelids no longer wag. I loved Ophelia. 40,000 brothers, with all their quantity of love, could not make up my sum. What wouldst thou do for her? Would weep, would fight, would fast, would tear thyself, would drink up Isle, would eat a crocodile. I'll do it. I'll grant as well as thou.
Come now, Laertes, he is mad.
Good my lord, be quiet!
Let Hercules do as he may. The cat will mew, and the dog will have his day.
Give me your pardon, sir. I have done you wrong. But pardon as you are a gentleman, what I have done here, I proclaim as madness. Was it Hamlet wronged Laertes? Never Hamlet. If Hamlet from himself be taken away, and in this madness does wrong Laertes, then Hamlet does it not. Hamlet denies it.
In my terms of honor, I stand aloof, and will no reconcilement.
Give us the foils, come on.
Come, one for me.
Come on, sir.
Come, my lord.
One.
No.
Judgment.
A hit, a very probable hit.
Well, again.
To thy health, Hamlet.
I'll play this belt first. Set it by a while. Come. Another hit. What say you?
A touch, I do confess.
Our son shall win.
queen carouses to thy fortune, Hamlet.
Gertrude, do not drink.
I will, my lord. Pray you pardon me.
Alas, it is a poisoned cup.
Come for the third, Laertes. You do but dally.
How about you now? I am justly killed with my own treachery.
How does the queen?
She swoons to see him bleed.
No! No! The drink! The drink! Oh, Hamlet! The drink! I'm poisoned!
Oh, villainy! Oh, treachery! Seek it out!
It is here, Hamlet. Thou art slain. The treacherous instrument is in thy hand, unabated and envenomed. The foul practice have turned itself against me. Lo, here I lie, never to rise again. Thy mother is poisoned. I can no more. The king's to blame.
The point in venom too? Then venom do thy work.
He is justly served. Exchange forgiveness with me, noble Hamlet. Mine and my father's death come not upon thee, nor thine on me.
Heaven make thee free of it. I follow thee. I am dead, Horatio. Thou livest report me and my cause aright to the unsatisfied. Oh, good Horatio, what a wounded name shall live behind. If thou ever did hold me in thy heart, then absent thee from felicity a while. In this harsh world, draw thy breath in pain. The rest is silence.
Now cracks a noble heart.
Let these bodies high on the stage be placed to the view.
And you shall speak to thy yet unknowing world how these things came about.
So shall you speak of carnal, bloody, and unnatural acts.
Accidental judgments, casual slaughters,
And deaths put on by forced and cunning cause.
And in this upshot, purposes mistook, fallen on the inventors' heads. All this can you truly deliver.
let this be precedently performed even while men's minds are wild, lest more mischance for plot and error happen.
Let 4 captains bear Hamlet like a soldier to the stage. For, had he been put on, he would have proved most royally.
Good night, sweet prince, and let flights of angels sing thee to thy rest.